So I was going to ask about, the production quality, not like the size. Like, do you have multiple people? Do you have is there post production? But I think moving it towards the cost saving, a lot of people are like, well, let's do a live stream. Let's just use these new platforms, and we need less, post production. And I've fallen prey to that kind of thought process, and it works for some ideas, but then I've had many fall flat on its face because there wasn't a structure, there wasn't a host, there wasn't a framework or scaffolding, and it was just one or two, three people sitting around blabbing, and it never produced anything. So what's the difference? Where are we at?
So I think that Troy would tell you, like, I dislike when you're talking about pods. I dislike doing pods live, mainly because you lose that aspect of control over whether or not something is good or not. Now, obviously, I've done like a lot of live radio, but that stuff is mapped out so well. I don't think that pods do the same type of mapping out. One thing about radio is, talk radio in particular, you're talking about 12-minute segments. So if a segment is struggling, you know what the next segment is going to be. You can kind of move that segment up in real time. It's done a lot if something isn't hitting, or if somebody, like in particular with talk radio, you have call-ins. People call in to the show and stuff, and sometimes you take those calls, sometimes you don't. When you put those calls on the air, they may drift into a completely different section than what you actually wanted to do. So you have to adjust on the fly. I think that people who do live pods, I don't think that they take all of that into account sometimes. The ones that do it well, they're fine with it and stuff. But I think that for the most part, the pods that I see that do well live are structured like radio programs. So it's a little bit different. Structured like radio programs because there's probably former radio people producing the pod. But there are other pods that I see that go live, and it's a struggle. And then when you try to upload that for later consumption, and it's still not as good because of not understanding how to maneuver when it's live. Live is very difficult to pull off. It takes some time to figure out how to do it, I think. But I think that the podcast industry can learn a lot from live radio on how to produce a live podcast.